A country that has never been colonized, that is one of only two in Africa to have never been colonized, the other being Ethiopia. It's a small country sandwiched between Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, the Republic of the Congo and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. It has a coastline on the Atlantic Ocean and it is covered mostly in rainforest. Its population is just 2 million people with over 40 different indigenous tribes. They speak French and their capital city is Libreville. It is known for its incredible biodiversity and has the second highest GDP per capita in Africa. This is the history of Gabon. Before the arrival of Europeans, the area we today call Gabon was inhabited by several different Bantu-speaking tribes. The earliest recorded contact came in the 14th century when the Portuguese reached the area. They were followed by the Spanish in the 15th century, who established a trading post on the island of Carisco, but the interior of the region was largely unexplored and unknown. 2. Europeans until the 19th century when French explorer, Pierre Lassalle, paddled up the Como River and became the first European to see the cataracts of the Congo. In the meantime, the Portuguese had claimed the region as part of their West African colonial empire. Although they had no administrative presence there and the claim was largely ignored by other European powers. In 1881, King Leopold II of Belgium chartered the area around the mouth of the Congo River and established the colony of the Congo Free State as a personal holding with the stated aim of ending the slave trade and promoting trade and industry. However, in reality, the harsh policies of the regime resulted in the deaths of millions of people through forced labor, starvation, and disease. By 1885, the French began exploring and establishing settlements along the west coast of the area, including at Port Gentil and Libreville. Tensions grew between the French and the Belgians, and in 1886, France pressured the Berlin Conference to recognize their respective spheres of influence. The French sphere included the area that would become modern-day Gabon, while the Belgian sphere would become the Democratic Republic of the Congo. In 1891, the colony was officially established as Gabon, named after the Gabonese people who lived in the region and ruled over by a French governor. During World War I, many Gabonese men served in the French army and in 1916, the colony was put under direct French rule. After the war, the French colonial government invested heavily in developing Gabon's infrastructure, including building new roads, railways, and schools. Following World War II, the demand for labor in French industries declined, and the Gabonese were increasingly seen as a drain on the colonial budget. In an effort to address this issue, the French authorities introduced a system of forced labor and political repression in the 1950s. This led to a growing movement for independence led by trade unions and political parties. On August 17, 1960, Gabon gained its independence as a republic within the French community. Léon Mba was elected as the first president and he continued the close ties with France that had been established during the colonial period. Mba pursued a policy of non-alignment during the Cold War, maintaining good relations with both the United States and the Soviet Union. He also implemented a policy of national reconciliation, which aimed to bring together the various ethnic groups in the country. Under his leadership, Gabon experienced significant economic growth due to the development of its natural resources such as timber, manganese, and gold. However, Mba's authoritarian regime was increasingly coming under fire from both domestic and international critics. In 1967, he was assassinated by a group of disgruntled military officers. His son, President El Hadj Omar Bongo, succeeded him and continued his father's close ties with France. Despite the close relationship with France, Gabonese citizens increasingly began to resent the French influence in their country. Many Gabonese felt that France was exploiting their country's resources, and that the benefits of independence were not being realized. This led to a growing movement for change, and in 1990, the first multi-party elections were held. Since then, Gabon has been ruled by two presidents: Omar Bongo, who ruled from 1967 to 2009, and Ali Bongo, who came to power in 2009. Under their rule, Gabon has experienced relative stability and economic growth thanks to its oil reserves discovered in the 1970s. Today, the country remains heavily reliant on oil for its revenue and continues to face challenges such as poverty, inequality, and corruption. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you have already and leave a comment below if you have any suggestions for future videos.